Spain are world champions. I was wrong in my preview of the match. I said it'll be a good game. I said it will be a tight match, or both teams will at least have moments, big moments. Uh, sorry, I can't predict Lionel Scaloni and Argentina just not wanting to play in a World Cup final. Just horrible, horrible from minute 1 to 120. I kind of wanted to see penalties, but honestly, I think that's what Argentina were looking for the whole game. Just from minute one, just they wanted to play penalties. They wanted to play for penalties. That's the wrong approach. You don't do that in a World Cup final. Come on, like, why are you playing for penalties from minute one for in a World Cup final? Makes no sense, especially when you're Argentina. Your defending champions made it to back-to-back finals solely because of Messi. I'm sorry, Argentina need to think about their future after Messi because it's not looking bright. Julian, Lautaro Martinez, Nico Paz, they're not carrying you. There's, and I doubt there'll be. They won the lottery like twice. Like they got really lucky with Maradona and then Messi. Like they won the World Cup in 1986 with Maradona, and then in 2022 with Messi. That's a 36-year gap. Gee, and that's with Messi carrying them. In the last four World Cups, he's made it to three finals. And the one he didn't make it to final, he lost to the champions, to France. He lost to France 4-3. Had to assist that game. Looked sometimes the only one who was actually trying something at times. And yeah, it's just sad. It's sad to see Messi go out that way. I wanted to see, I knew it was going to be his last World Cup game, so I wanted to see some fight from Argentina, some attacks, give him the ball, play with the ball. I know Argentina are for some reason bad on the ball. On paper, like someone like Julian Alvarez, Messi. I would exclude Messi. Just that midfield, man. Enzo Fernandez, McAllister, De Paul, or Paredes, or whoever you want have in there, man. They should be able to keep a ball. That should be one of the better midfields in a World Cup. Yet they were probably one of the worst in terms of keeping the ball. Just horrible. Just all around, just terrible. Terrible at the ball, at keeping the ball. Um, you can't let Spain have the ball that much. But excluding, let's not talk about the flaws right now about what the coach could have done better. I'm not a coach. I didn't make it to back-to-back finals where a team like Argentina. I don't win two Copa Americas. I don't win a treble internationally or a quadruple because I count for Finalissimo. I'm not Lionel Scaloni. But you gotta put your hands up for Spain. Amazing performance. They're not flashy like France in terms of attacking. A powerhouse. They're not like France, but we saw them against France. They dominated them, and that's what they keep on doing. And honestly, this Spain is scary, like scary for the future. They have a young squad. I think their average age, squad age, is like 26 and a half or 26. That's young, man. That's one of the younger teams, especially for internationally. Um, and next World Cup, honestly, I think they could go back to back, but who knows? It could really change. Like look what they were doing last World Cup. They sucked. They lost the penalties against Morocco, and they couldn't get us. They went 0 for 3 on penalties. I remember Luis Enrique saying, before, during that World Cup, that they practiced 1,000 penalties. I still remember that Luis Enrique saying that when he was coach for Spain during Qatar's World Cup. We didn't see that, man. I did not see a team that practiced 1,000 penalties. that day. Um, yeah, but props to them. That defense, Kubarsi, not just Kubarsi, one young player of the tournament, Laporte, Cucurella, and Pedro Porro. In my opinion, Cucurella has been the weaker link out of them. Not that he's been bad, he's been amazing, but he's been probably the worst one there. I'm not just saying that because I'm a Barca fan and I'm hating on him because he's uh, off to Madrid, even though he's La Masia player, which is you gotta have a like you gotta be soulless to do that. I'm sorry. Uh, but yeah, I mean, he had an amazing performance against France and a good performance against Austria. Those were his two best games, I think. His this final was not bad for him at all. But yeah, um, the what makes Spain so scary is because we didn't see them at their best. This is not the fluid football we saw in Euros. Their two best players were very average, or like very under, not very average, but I'd say very under their standards, and very lackluster this whole World Cup. Pedri and Yamal. I think Pedri had an amazing game today when he came on. Completely changed the game, created like four chances. Um, but the rest of the World Cup, he wasn't that good. I think against Cabo Verde, he was amazing. The best player for Spain. But after that, he didn't really do much until like well today, and he was amazing today. He had like a chance with his left foot. He crosses it in for Nico Williams, who has a header from point blank range, and somehow, some way, Emi Martinez saves that. Emi Martinez was the only Argentinian player that actually played well. If it weren't for him, it would have been 3-4-0. He was insane. Most of his saves weren't like wow, like it wasn't like how's he saved that. That's a sitter. But he literally had 11 saves and some of them were like that's a chance right there. That could have been scored. Um, but I think that Nico Williams header was a should have been scored. That was okay. That's a great save. That was his best save that game. I think he still had like a few more. Ferran Torres of all people scoring the winner. Um, I remember when he came on, I said he's not scoring. But then, always when I say that, I have that feeling in my head, in my heart and head, so, like, mm, like don't say that again. Like he'll probably score now. And every time it happens, so I kind of just I always just shut up this whole World Cup. When Spain were winning a game against France, and there was like 20 minutes left to play. My family, I watched with my family. They said, "Oh, it's over." I said, "No, don't say over." They kind of just want me to say like, be happy because they saw me. I was locked in the whole game. I was just like looking at the screen, not paying attention to what they were saying most of the time. I was just like zoned out or zoned in, I guess you could say, with the game. And they were saying, "It's over. It's only 20 minutes left. Two goals. They've not been doing anything for the past 7 minutes." I'm like, yeah, but like you never know with Mbappe or even Spain now, not Spain, with even France, because they last World Cup they only had Mbappe. They were not that good, honestly. That last World Cup compared to this one in 2018, but they had so many individual brilliant players that could have just they could have scored or assisted two goals, got like a goal and assist, two goals, two assists, very possible with that quality they have up front. But yeah, up until like full time, I don't say anything. I don't trash talk. I don't say anything. And this game, I said Ferran's not scoring, and he scored a great goal. On I think with his left foot as well. Um, what a strike! So yeah, he showed me up. Hopefully he stays. He's a good backup. I also hope Julian comes to Barcelona. I'm pretty sure he will. Him losing the final probably increase the chances of him coming to Barca. I feel like he's just mad because of what Atletico's been doing, especially because they came out with a statement like 2 days before the World Cup final when he's supposed to be preparing for it. So he's probably mad at them. He's probably going to push the blame on them somehow, which he has every right to do. Honestly, I think they contributed to his lackluster World Cup. Yeah. Uh, we should be talking about a man that's very important to football, to my life, at least like my childhood. and as a player, what who he was, Lionel Messi. What a World Cup he had. That beats any World Cup individual performance I've ever seen. Any World Cup campaign that beats it. You can say Maradona in '86. I don't. I'm sorry. I know I looked like I was there for '86, but trust me, I wasn't. Far from it actually. Um, I don't watch him, so I can't speak on it. I from the statistics say like show he was amazing, and some of the clips I've seen from him, he was amazing. So I can't say for that, but also that this is for me this is probably better than '86. This is the greatest World Cup campaign from a single player of all time, and he gets robbed by Rodri for player tournament. Nothing against Rodri. I think he's a great player. I think he's the second best like CDM of all time behind Busquets. I'm sorry. I don't know why we're doing accomplishments comparisons with Busquets when he has another Euro, like two more Champions Leagues, more league titles. I know Roger has a Ballon d'Or, but you tell me if in 2024 prime Busquets could have won a Ballon d'Or. Sorry, he could have. I don't know how he won the player tournament though. Is it just because he won the tournament and was probably their best player or second? I think he wasn't even their best player honestly on that team. I think Barsi was better. But Lionel Messi, thank you for everything, for the memories, for all the World Cups. I was there for 2014. Not much though. Like I don't remember too much about Messi in 2014. I was there for 2018, 2022, and 2026, and Messi never disappointed. Not once. Not a single disappointing campaign. Maybe 2018 was not too good for his standards, but I wasn't disappointed. He's world champion. He dragged this horrible Argentina to a second final in a row, and people are gonna blame him for this final performance, and he wasn't great. But what's he gonna do when his team can't even get the ball? When his team doesn't want the ball? They've done this all World Cup. Switzerland had possession all game against them after Argentina scored the opener. Cabo Verde, they gave them the ball. Cabo Verde dominating possession should never happen if you're the reigning champions. I'm sorry. Like it should just never happen. And I kept saying like at some point it will bite them. And against Spain, uh, that's the worst opponent to give the ball to all the time. So congratulations to Spain, world champion. All my Barca players are champions. I am happy with that. I'm not sad with this game. I was happy for them. I'm sad for Messi only. I don't like Argentina. I'm not supporting them next World Cup. I'm not. God knows I'm not supporting them anytime soon. If Messi plays another World Cup America, which I think he still has it in him, and he would be the best player in that Copa America, um, I will be supporting Argentina, and after that, I'm done. But yeah, um, I said it was gonna be a good game. I did not know like Argentina's gonna play this horribly. That's not in my control. I should have called the coach. I know I have his number, but we're not that tight anymore. We're day ones, but I don't know, man. We're kind of on a stalemate right now. We're not talking too much right now. Me and Lionel Scaloni. But yeah, 2026 champions is Spain. Lamine Yamal is probably gonna win the Ballon d'Or, deservedly so. Using Ballon d'Or logic over the few years, he is gonna win the Ballon d'Or at 19. That's crazy. For me, the deserved winner is probably Harry Kane. But as a Barca fan, I'm not complaining with the Yamal Ballon d'Or. If Messi won, he could have had the Ballon d'Or. He definitely would have won it. But yeah, great tournament. That was probably the best World Cup I've ever seen. But that final was just so bad. Especially, it didn't really feel like a final. I didn't feel like some players really felt like it was a final. Like Yamal, it didn't really feel like he was appreciating it. But Yamal didn't really appreciate it. And never, please, never again have a World Cup final that day. Please, that sucked. Or halftime shows that other than Shakira that I've seen clips of. I didn't watch it. I was just scrolling through reels until the second half started. It was horrible. I saw Kermit was there or something. But yeah, great final, great tournament. Not great final, but great tournament. Let's wait for 2030. Let's see how that's gonna be in Spain, Morocco, and Portugal.